This is my son James.
And this is my dad Dick.
We're exploring the coastlines of the southwest in search of ingredients to cook on board our boat, the Morwenna.
We're going to call into ports and harbours along the way, meet the locals, then pick up great ingredients to cook some tasty dishes on board.
Which is just as well, because we're very hungry sailors.
Today we're making our way to Bude, where we'll be competing to bake the best raised pie.
I'm going to get one finger, one thumb at any given time.
Taking lessons in surf life-saving, that's a tongue twister.
We need to make sure my dad doesn't fall asleep though.
And messing about with balloons.
James! Oh dear. Hey,
Get off!
oh. What happened? You got it! Oi.
It's not even funny.
All to make dinner for some very special guests.
Absolute chocolate heaven.
Towing our little tender, the Morwenna, behind us, we're sailing up the Cornish coast towards our last port of call along this stretch. This is the furthest north we'll go on this trip, Bude. We've left the towpath and headed off in search of ingredients to cook dinner on board our boat tomorrow. We've heard of a farm nearby where they cure and smoke their own meats. Irresistible. Fionagh Harding greets us at the door and takes us straight through to see the farm.
There seems to be animals everywhere.
Well, when we came down here, we had this idea of what a traditional farm should be like. So instead of just picking one and concentrating on it, we did a bit of everything. So we've got cattle, we've got sheep, we've got chickens, we've got ducks, we've got turkeys, you know, you name it. It was just we realised we weren't making a living from the animals. And so you have to add something to the production to make a living.
So Fiona started her Cornish Charcuterie, making prepared meats like pâtés, pies and sausages. And this is what we've come for. Fantastic raised crust pork pies. She's going to show us how it's done.
Where is my pie?
You've got to make your pie.
You mean we cycled all this way and we can't actually start the day off with a pie?
Nope, you're hungry, so unless you make your pie properly now, you're going to be hungry for the rest of the day.
Sounds very bossy.
First we need to make the pastry. This is hot crust, a very different technique from most pastry.
Right, what you need to do first, because you want to get your lard and your butter on with the water because it needs to melt. It's going to go into the flour, so next what you want to do is whip up your eggs and blend it with your flour.
500 grams of flour, 10 grams of salt, 2 eggs. Turn into breadcrumbs.
Fionagh's background could hardly be further removed from this life as a rural pie maker.
Okay, where do you learn to do all these things you're doing in Cornish Charcuterie?
I was in the city for my sins, and once we started having children, we weren't ever there to see them. So my husband and I were looking for a different lifestyle. We came down here and we took up farming. I don't know why. It was a mad moment. And in the meantime, the previous farmer was winding down his farming activities. Yeah. So I said, can I come and help? Right, you leave that to rest for a while we sort out the fillings.
Mine's not going to be pork.
Oh, what's yours going to be?
It's going to be duck.
Duck?
I love a duck pie.
Duck pie.
Well, there you go.
The pie is nigh, and mine's going to be pork and apple.
We both start off by mincing the meat with seasoning. I'm also adding extra duck fat because the duck meat is so lean.
We're ready to go and raise some pies. Orange zest, duck, white pepper and salt.
What I've gone for is pork, apple, with a little bit of mustard and some thyme. I'm also going to do one extra little trick, which is put some thyme and whole grain mustard into my pastry so that when it raises, it's got an extra sort of tasty layer to it.
Competition's getting very close and tense.
We're about to raise the pies.
It's the lard and hot water in the pastry that makes a raised pie. Short crust pastry is kept as cold as possible so you can roll it easily. You work hot water pastry like putty, moulding it to the sides of the tin.
And now I want to try and work it up.
Very gently, just work it up, trying not to make any creases in the pastry. I think you're actually both doing remarkably well.
James isn't doing that well.
Okay. Our fillings go in and then we have to pop on the lid, pressing it down very carefully.
I'm going to get one finger, one thumb at any given time.
Right guys, let's get it in. Nope. You've got a time. Here we go.
Right, 20 minutes.
They all look pretty special.
Once we get them out of the oven, there's one more job to do.
Okay.
Right, I'm on.
Over to you, Dad. When the pies have cooled, we inject a pork jelly to fill the air gap between the pastry and the meat.
Come on.
So it's marks for presentation, taste, but then overall.
Nice.
Like a traditional pie.
Yours does look very
frosty.
nice. Nice pastry.
Ideally, you'd let them set for several hours, but we want Fiona to have a taste and tell us which one she prefers.
Right, you're going to eat it eventually, come on.
To eat it.
I only have a little tiddly bit.
Tension. Will she pick my cider pork pie or my dad's dodgy duck?
Okay, if I was to go into a shop now and choose one to buy, it would be James's.
That was a close competition. Thank you very much.
I think it was the time in the pastry that just
Have to say,
edged it for me.
Do you fancy coming to join us on the boat for a bite to eat?
I'd love to come and join you on the boat for a bite to
We'll
eat.
cook for you completely.
As well as our pies, Fiona's also given us a lovely joint of beef for tomorrow night's dinner. I'm heading back to the boat, but James is going on an expedition of his own.
I'm off somewhere quite intriguing, Dad, to
where you
visit
off to, matey?
a couple of local characters, a Cornish smuggler and a lady called Miss Muffet.
Hey, stay safe.
right.
Cycle carefully.
I will. It turns out I don't have far to go. I'm after some cheese, and Sue Proudfoot makes it right next door. She's invited me to come and get stuck in.
So, on today's menu, I'm making a celeriac rosti with one little quail egg on each. James is serving pastrami on homemade rye bread, and to top it all off, there's my mint chocolate pudding.
Hello! Hi, good to see you. Our guests have arrived. There's cheesemaker Sue, veg growers Richard and Essie, and pie queen Fiona. Minnie the lifeguard will be joining us when he's finished his Baywatch duties down on the beach.
And he didn't waste a drop. That's my boy. Well done. So just make yourself comfy and we'll feed you in a minute. You're very good health.
Got loads of flavour.
Dick, even though I grow the celeriac, I didn't think you'd make me like it.
Enough lemon in there to hide it a bit?
Yeah, the lemon does it.
Dressing. You get a really
Converted.
fresh lemony
Yeah.
thing to that. That's gorgeous.
Nice one.
And it's still got texture and crunch. Excellent. That is lovely.
For my main course, I'm going to combine Fiona's salt beef with Sue's cheese and a few extras for taste. One at a time across here. Oops, dropped it. It's not funny. Your main course, ladies and gentlemen.
Well done, thank you.
That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
You got to pick it up and just get one bite. Go on, Fiona.
I don't think so for now.
Do you think you can get all those flavours into one mouthful? He's done it. He got it in. No, I can say anything I want about James at the minute. He can't speak. Okay, hold on. Here we go. It's all about the moment.
Load of flavour in there. The cheese still comes through. The beef has got that smokiness.
That is good.
Spot on. Absolutely spot on.
Really nice. It's really tasty. It's got loads of flavour and it's a fabulous texture.
I don't know what he did to the beef, but it tastes fantastic. And with the combination of all the other ingredients, I'm just amazingly impressed.
If they thought that was good, wait till they try my chocolate creamy choc mint cups are ready to knock their socks off. This.
Oh, look at that.
Along.
So how did you make the
decadent?
I'm a pudding cake man and this is just down my street. I can't get enough of this, you know.
Got a sweet tooth as well, so absolutely lovely.
Absolute chocolate heaven.
Okay, please raise your hands if your favourite course was the starter. Okay. Now, please raise your hand if your favourite course was the main course. Okay. Now, please raise your hand if you preferred the dessert. 3, 2, 1.
That was great. Well done.
Cheers.
Oh, one. Yes! We did it. Richard. Far north as we go.
Well done.
In goes the blue one. We're halfway through, mate. We're heading off a different direction now.
It's a bit blue, isn't it, in colour? I'm feeling blue. But we're halfway through, so I'm going to come back in the second half. Well done, Dad.
Mate, thank you.